Hi guys, and welcome back from Carly at the Herbothecary. Really good to see you guys again. If you're new to the channel or like the videos, please show your support by hitting like and subscribe down below. Let us know that you've enjoyed it, found something useful, and you'll get notifications whenever we do any new videos. We do have ones on everything from crochet to macrame to hundreds of foraging videos and recipes, identifications, and soups, stews, risottos, lots of videos. Hope you enjoy them. Now, the last 15 months may not have been a walk in the park for most people, but it has actually been for us, mostly because that's what we've been doing. The forage monkeys and I have been taking every opportunity to enjoy nature, not only for nutrition and medicine, but also for psychological well-being, and never more so than today, the summer solstice. So we have been out in the woods celebrating the beautiful sun, although it was a bit cloudy today, and we've been collecting the elder. There is an abundance of beautiful flowers at the moment, but soon they will become berries, so we want to bring some home and preserve them. So on with the disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an ethnobotanist, I own a few good guidebooks, and I've been doing this for a while. So always do your own thorough research, be 100% sure, so check with a book, check with the internet, and check with a foraging group. Don't eat anything unless you're 100% sure. Make sure you've got the landowner's permission before you do. Avoid areas where they might be polluted or animals might have sprayed. Never pick endangered species, and only ever take as much as you need. So on to the elderflower. It's rather well known for the treatment in respiratory issues such as sinusitis, colds, flu and bronchitis, but it can also help with maintaining healthy diabetes issues. It can increase urine production, so a diuretic, and it can increase sweating, so it's a diaphoretic. It is also very important to collect your elderflower as early in the morning as you can. So first thing in the morning before the birds and the bees have got to it, as it will start to smell a little bit like cat pee once they have. Also, collect them in either a paper bag so that you can collect the pollen, or in a open top basket with a plastic seal on the bottom, as you don't want them to sweat, they will go a bit brown. It's also very important to snip them with scissors and try catch them. You don't want to pull them from the bush, because as you do, you'll notice a fine mist of the pollen actually coming out. You do want to try and preserve that. So, nice sharp pair of scissors, try hold the bowl underneath, or a paper bag, and then you can collect all that pollen rather than losing all the goodness. Now, it is important to note that although the flowers and the berries of the elderflower are both edible, the stems, stalks and leaves are not. Now, you can suspend the flower head in the fluid that you're using. However, I find that they give it a bitter taste. So I recruit the two forage monkeys, as it's a very laborious task to sit there popping off all the flowers. They had a great time. They were even competing to see who could fill their bowls the quickest. You might have to go through and pull out a few of the leftover stems, and they do like to make a big mess. But while they're doing that, I'm going to get on with the other projects. Once that's done, I'm going to pop them on a tray and allow all the buggies to vacate themselves. Clean and sterilize all your bottles, and then, as we don't want to cook the elderflowers as it destroys all the medicinal qualities, I've brought a large pan to the boil and allowed it to cool slightly. To this, I've used about I used enough sugar so that it all dissolved in and there were no crystals left. I'm not really one for using exact quantities. Allow that to cool for a little while, and then I'm going to add a bit of Spanish forest honey, as I like the flavor it gives. Now, you can use white sugar for this if you want a clear fluid at the end, but I prefer brown sugar. So we're going to decant some into a big jar or a big cup, which I will be using to make some elderflower champagne. I'm then going to, once the fluid has cooled a bit, I'm going to add some flowers into the pan, as we will be making an elderflower syrup in the pan, an elderflower champagne in our big glass jar. So let's pop those flowers in, let them mix in for a while and infuse, let that sugary goodness get all the goodness out of the elderflowers, and we'll leave that to infuse for about an hour or as long as you can manage. You will definitely be able to smell, and the flowers will start to go slightly browny. Now, the recipe I found for the elderflower champagne says that they should have enough of their own yeast in it, that you don't require a brewer's yeast. But if it isn't bubbling away after about a week, I'll probably add a teaspoon of the wine yeast, give that a good mix in, and see how that goes. But I have tried this before and it did actually work quite well. Not sure if it was the conditions or the heat or the right place, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. And excuse my chaotic kitchen, a lot happens here. But with this one, I'm going to leave those elderflowers in. This one I'm going to decant afterwards. But I'm just going to pop a cloth over because we want it to breathe. And then attach that so that no bugs can get in and no germs can get, or no bugs can get in, no germs can get in, and that the oxygen release can get out. We'll come back and check that in a few days, see if it's bubbling, and go from there. And here I've popped some of the others on a baking tray. I heated my oven and then turned it down completely so it was just warm. We don't want to cook them, we just want to dry them out. So I will pop them in and preserve these ones for later. So it's about an hour later as we took the Poochie to the park for a run around. As you can see, the elderflower in the pot have infused beautifully. Now I'm just pouring it through a sieve today as my cheesecloth is on top of the champagne, but I'm just going to decant this through, try to get as much of that plant matter out. I might have to do it a couple of times just to clear all those leftover bits or scoop them out. Now you can then mush them so you get all those extra goodies out. You don't want to waste any. So I've popped some into bottles that'll go in the fridge. I've popped other into the ice lolly makers for ice lollies for the kids, which are lovely on a hot summer's day. As my elderflower from the oven were nice and dry, I popped them in a jar, but I had some flowers left over. I also had some of the vodka we distilled last year left over, so I've added some to that to make a tincture. I also decided to add some to the apple cider vinegar, as that makes a lovely sweet vinegar, and I will add that to my salads through the summer. Hope you guys found that fun like I did and useful, picked up maybe a tip or two, another item to go and research in your own time. Again, thank you guys for coming back to the Herbothecary. It was great to see you again. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.